Yo, what it do? All praise to the creator. Yo, this episode called Space Age. I'm sorry, Ice Age Pimping. My bad. Ice Age Pimping. You know what I mean? Space Age though. That's definitely facts. Shout out to 8 Ball MJG for that one. Space Age Pimping is where we at right now. That's exactly where we went. 8 Ball MJG. Man, space age pimping, man. Wow. Here I am talking about ice age pimping. But they was on some space age pimping. Man, let's bring that up. Space age pimping. 1995. It's a song. The song explores themes of pimping luxury. Oh, wait. Pimping luxury and the pursuit of pleasure, reflecting a futuristic and glamorous image of the era. So they was like they done took pimping to outer space, which is so. Let's just hold that thought. Matter of fact, let's not. Let's just go get a picture. All right. They said they. They had. I had no idea they had the NASA suits and everything. You know what I mean? Space age pimping, and then Luke Campbell got to come up, man. We must have to do a Luke Campbell. Oh shit, they was holograms in the damn. There was holograms in the damn shit. They was talking about holograms. Damn, that's wild. So space age pimping. So all right. So that is like let's go ahead and take the music off. So yeah, space age pimping. Ice age pimping. This is what we talking about, ice age pimping. And so how that all came about. Oh yeah. Ice age UFO. UFO and ice age. The UFO and the ice age. Space age. They definitely had a UFO in that joint. So what was that saying? I was saying that that them UFO, the space age came before Space Age was out there, like Space Age was out there before, but I was thinking about the other one, the one that was never mind. So let's drop that. Let's put that there, right? Because they talking about the same shit, right? So that's real. So the space age, that 8 Ball MJG was talking about. Look, they was on. Look, they got some NASA shit on. Come on, man. That's wild. That's wild. And it was holograms. There was holograms. So look, space age. She's saying that these flying spaceships was going on in the ice age. So yeah, this shit random. Let's talk. Let's go right to it. So the whole concept of iceberg slim, right, was thought of because it's an ice age pimping, and so when they saying ice age anything, it got to do with ice age pimping, and for Iceberg Slim to have this information, he had to been. Oh look, I already got this the next joint. He had to been one of these. He had to been one of these. You know what I mean? Iceberg Slim. That's what. That's what you see that. Oh man, that's the whole thing. That's the whole thing, man. Like Iceberg Slim is one of these. Oh shit. All right. So Iceberg Slim. Portrait of a Pimp. Portrait of a Pimp. And then they go down. So they from a tundra people. Where they from? See, so now we should go ahead to this one, and then we just want to go through this picture. You see. So let's go to this. Let's duplicate it and then highlight. Highlight these women. All right. And so let's go back to the top. So let's start off with that. Let's take this shit out. We'll put it at the bottom of some shit. I'm like, what the fuck? This don't make no sense. But it's not for them to win anything. It's like yeah. All right. So all right, bet. So let's start off with MJ 8 Ball MJG. You know what I'm saying? So the reason why they was far ahead of everybody else on some because they was talking about an ancient. It was in the ancient place, right? Talking about space age. And so Iceberg Slim is a pimp. That's why his name is Iceberg. And this is because the pimp game families of evil Aboriginal families or ancient Aboriginal families, however you want to put it, they is all they all know about this, right? This is where they come from. I'm talking about empires, pimping empires, if you could believe it, where it got them enough money that they invested and they created other businesses and they just rich on some other shit anyways, right? But it is this pimp game that really is the dealings with these ice age peoples. And yeah, that's it. The politics between the non-tropical and the tropical is what you got. Because if the equator, where the hottest part of the world is where you see there ain't no ice at. And so you see that, you know what I'm saying? Then the ice sheets stop at the equator and shit. And so that's why that makes sense for a lot of things on like how they've been uh political changes on the ice and dealing with that frozen gate for thousands of years, y'all. I'm talking about thousands of years. There was politics between the people on the warm side of that ice wall and the people on the other side of that frozen gate. Like that shit was thousands of years until that whole thing disappeared. Yeah, it's wild to think about, but it's true. It's just like that. It's politics, like things that don't happen. So 2 million years ago, 10,000 to 10,000 years ago. So for at least 2 million years, that ice been there till up around 10,000 years ago when it became like what we call it, like the fall of Atlantis and all that. 12,000 years ago. That's around Göbekli Tepe. So that's Turkey, and the Great Flood. Man, people knew that shit was going to happen. They was ready for it. It must have been some giant watery reservoir within the ice that was eventually going to break. And you know what I'm saying? Flood the world. People have made ways to avoid the destruction thereof. But man, people was living on that ice, animals was living on it. So that's you could really see that nobody was really like doing nothing around those places unless they was on the ice or unless they was underneath the ice wall, if there was one. So you got at least two different people that live on that shit, people that don't. And the people that, you know what I'm saying, live on the ice tundra was real life wearing clothes like that. They was even adapted to living them dang on temperatures, right? Because for something, they had the blanket, the super blanket. They got that shit from hunting woolly mammoths and shit. Look, they got that. They got a roast. They're hunting a woolly mammoth and a roast right there. They outside. They trying to say they barbecuing the mammoth. They breaking the shit down, getting hella clothes, We got clove pelts for days. Double joint piece, salute suite. They got the caves. They the cave people. Look, they got them like they monkeys and shit. Look, I told yo, listen, that shit real. They was living in the caves. They was living outside, and they was living in ice caves. So I think they came from the ice caves, which is still a cave. And that's how they came out the North Pole and started living on the tundra in these places. They came from the hollow earth and to begin with. And then they start to inhabit those places with the ice. So that's a hollow earth story right there. They came from, you know what I mean, on the ice cave tip, and then the ice melted, and now they, you know what I'm saying, they stuck on the land, but they really hollow earthers. That's what we should call them, hollow earthers. They really hollow earthers. That's why they look so goddamn different. That make a lot of sense because we got, I don't know if it's this slide, but we got some pictures, man. Boy, they living in a rugged outside lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Totally not even thinking about buildings. You know what I'm saying? They didn't even think about buildings at all. They're like, man, good. They say they wouldn't think about buildings at all. They was out there living like little tribes, like little, you know what I'm saying? Look, they still living like that. And a lot of them places they upgrade their tents and they gonna stay out there. Them little look, them people said that we'll put them buildings on, we gonna still live like this stuff. You know what I'm saying? We will still live like this. They got the buildings, and they'll put a hole in the floor just so they could do this shit. Like, listen, man. Like, y'all like fish that bad? Like, you know what? I wonder what a double cheeseburger from McDonald's will do to one of these motherfuckers. You probably could rob their whole everything. They'd be like, look, man, listen, man, look, I got a whole bunch of these in the truck. You get on the plane, but there's a hot bath waiting for you. There's some, you know what I mean? Gonna hold you down, make you see it, you know what I mean? Get you some clothes up. Listen, man. It's all good though. There's a lot of people out there. So look, this is the thing. People really was thinking about doing that. And went and got them some, right? And so it's like it became an industry after a certain amount of time. That interacting with these people buying their children became an industry, man. Buying wives and shit, concubines, sex slaves. Like, you know what I'm saying? That industry was started from the Ice Age. And so it's Ice Age pimping. And so the people who had the access to these people, like it could have been a whole drama, right? To this day, the people in northern Canada, these Eskimo people, do sell their children to the sailors of the North Arctic oceans, the Arctic, right? Those sailors, those big rigs that they be going, like, whatever, like, in the North Arctic Sea and shit. I don't know what they be transporting, but they be in contact with these far off Alaskan communities, Eskimo communities, Canadian shit, Northern Canadian communities, and they just like into that business. And so it's like, look, is that what the TPs was really about? Like this shit is like a little makeshift. What is this tent? Like that shit, like it could have been any tent. They got a hook to it or something. It's like sophisticated. What's going on? So he choosing to be out there, but what? Who is he? That he got a underage wife, son. He got an underage wife. Chief Thomas and wife. Look, that should say and his wife. Cause I'm looking, I'm like, man, I don't want to make no mistakes. Say Chief Thomas and wife. His name Thomas. He got a Bible biblical name. Oh, that's Alaska. Alaska. So Chief Thomas and his Alaskan Chief Thomas and his Alaskan wife, underage female. Underage female. Look, if this somebody's son, then he a young boy and he is the same height as she is. She shorter than him. So she an underage female. That's his wife. Do you see? Look, man, this shit be like, this shit made me think that they be lying with these photos. They be committing great crimes with these photos. And so they would they would try to change time with these photos, but God undo all of that and see them for their crime, and they get destroyed for their attempt at what they did with these photos. And you know what I mean? What they done with these photos, they done fooled people with these photos. Where behind the scenes, this is like them proving to who? The spirit realm or whatever that the image is true. And so they make it where he done he done became the face of the commandeering of these kids, right? And he got a damn TP. So it's like, what is they saying? This is human sex trafficking, man. And I guess he's got, look, he the pimp. He's a pimp. The art of human sex trafficking, pimping. And so here go a European and China with orphanages, right? And so they just got a whole bunch of, you know what I mean, kids raised by. Anyways, man, look, the point is, right? It's like, look at all these kids these Eskimo got. She got one, two, three, four, five, three, yeah, five, six, seven kids there, son. Like, yo, living in the golly, come on, man. Let's out of sunroof. Let's go, man. Let's move to the next picture. So look, don't nobody know what they doing, son. They out here with the TPs. Yo holding the burner outside that shit. He don't want nobody to rob him. He got the sword and the knife. He got the gun and the sword. He got the gun and the sword, and he living like that. Got the pistol and got the TP because that shit mean business, son. Like, look, man. I don't know, man, but he got a nice jacket, a pistol, and a Japanese sword. What is he saying to people? And his buildings in the back. God damn, there's a whole street back there. So they out here where TP at because why? TPs ain't real. There's little sex spots. There's little sex spots. Look, ever since the beginning of time, these women been depicted as numerous and for sexual pleasure, for slavery and shit, like submissiveness and all this other stuff and all this like their nature, their human nature is, and the gods had made them like, you know, when he made them like. So shit, they just need to be cleaned up. You know what I mean? She just needs, you know what I mean? She just need a makeover, man. You know what I mean? Get you a wife. You know they got mail order brides. You can get you a wife, man. You single? You single? You want your little cave action? Make her turn toward God. You know what I mean? Make her a woman of God. Yeah. So yeah, man. I'm just joking though. I don't want his bitch. He can keep his bitch. You know, I ain't trying to holler at him. She got a little crop top. Can't see nothing, but it's under there. It's free. It's free under there, I think. Like it's under there, like it's a shirt that's on top of her chest. You know how people wear a shirt? Never mind, forget it. Never mind. Yo got the fur, yo got the black bear jacket. Like they'll go to war, have a sword fight over his jacket. Like, look, man, I don't think I'll ever see a jacket just as mighty fine as that jacket. I'll fight you for it. Like, god damn, man. It's a coat. He got the guns on top of the coat. Look, that's a part of the outfit, man. That's like, yo, listen, man, that's gangster, man. He got the sword. He know a history that they're not telling us, man. They not telling us what this history is, man. And I think that we should explore that history that it is. You know what I'm saying? And so it go all the way back to when people first had boomerangs in Australia. But let's stay on topic, right? Because Australia is definitely tropical, I believe. And so we're talking about these people, and I think I explained. I think I explained them. That was just a damn, I don't know, that's their culture. They outside, like they really living outside. They ain't got no building, no soap, no water. They don't do none of the bath shit. They just outside in the teepee. They'll put that teepee together though. They'll sure put that teepee together. They work as a team, put that teepee together. Then what? Why she look? I ain't gonna say nothing. She look familiar, man. Like I seen somebody look just like her. You know what I mean? That's wild. Hairline, and everything. That's wild. Let me go ahead, man. They over here talking about Indians. These people straight out the damn ice age. They straight out the ice age. We could prove it because they connected to these people, man. They got the dang on igloo, man. That's ice age. That's ice age. That's straight from the ice age. This meatball is he's he's fishing through a damn ice floor, and he on the floor, and he's still fishing with a hole right there. Like, yo, listen, man. These meatballs out here, man, out there, they need to go ahead and that's their shit. You know, they know ain't nobody gonna take over that shit. They'll just go somewhere else. Right? They done found a spot. Nobody gonna no chase them at. The Eskimos was out there by themselves for all these years. Ain't nobody fucking with the Eskimos. Don't nobody want to do none. Don't have no dealings with the Eskimos. The fuck is an Eskimo? Why it ain't just an Alaskan? What's the difference? You got Eskimo, Alaskans. Which one is it, man? These meatballs got a history of what, man? The white man decimated they shit. The white man decimated the Alaskans. These are ops, man. All of these is infiltrators and terrorist organizations implanted onto the land from some negative origin somewhere else and shit. You see, they got the teepees. Teepees mean they're gonna keep it moving. Where are they going? And so some people been stealing there. I think they steal and take people clothes and shit. So all this shit you see them got on this shit, they might have stole that shit out. But I ain't never see a picture of them carrying the damn teepees. Where that picture at? Where they break that shit down and roll it up like a joint and carry that bitch. Who carried that? Who the fuck? Where the picture of them rolling that shit up in a hurry? Rolling that shit up in a hurry, goddamn. Rolling that shit up in a hurry, goddamn it. It's a tornado on the way, or the motherfucking army coming through or something. Roll that shit up in a hurry. But yeah, these are if we will go back in time, they'll look like this. Like this shit from the back in the time. Like they went back in time for this picture, man. Look. I don't give no one say I see the beauty in her. I ain't care what nobody say I ain't gonna say she ugly. You know what I mean? She kind of made the cave woman look very attractive, if you ask me. Like I don't, you know what I mean? All she need to know is how to not be confused. You feel me? When she on her shit, she know the language and everything. She comfortable. Yeah. See, she got that confused look. She want what she know how to do, read and shit and all that, speak. Yeah, I could see it. It'll be lightening her up. It'll be freeing her up. Like she shouldn't want to be in a relationship where she has to stay in this state of being. Like we could bring her up, you know what I mean? And then she will be basically, you know what I mean? She will feel indebted. Not to say that's the goal, but that's just it could be a side effect, right? Where she'll feel like she'll do anything for you because you brought her up. You know what I mean? And that's how pimping was created. It was just a natural reflection, like reaction, where it's like she'll do anything I say, right? And she that dedicated, then it could be useful in a strategy. And there's organizations that do use the women as strategy in their military, and that's Japan with the geishas. They had used them for espionage and assumingly assassination as well. You know what I mean? And having little transsexual transformers in there in the little group, shit like that. Yeah, so that's probably like a second stage of that same takeoff, right? Where they done plucked the women and then kind of just used them, and then they started to have babies, and then they started to like round off looking more like a human being, right? And so shit, that's worth it. Ain't that worth it? It's like, yeah, in a couple generations, that kid's gonna be strong. But right now, look at him. Like, what type of faces is those? Come on, man. We want to leave those. They better listen. They better listen up. Look, this is why they be like, look, we don't give a fuck what you little Indians say. We don't give two fucks what you Indians are saying. Right? Shut your dumb ass up and listen. That's a lot of that. Look how Buddy down here looking, man. Who the fuck make a face like that? Like that's like a cartoon face. Like that's really he really don't like the cameraman. Like they just did some wild shit to these people, man, and they catching them on picture. Like they just standing around. Like, they They had just they just burnt down their whole village. And they done turned the camera on these people talking about they just standing around. This is them on a normal Tuesday and shit. That's Terra del Fuego, Iran. That's Iran, Persia. Hey man, can we look, man? Sometimes civilizations just get forgotten, man. So the Persia had good Wi-Fi for the time that it lasted, man. Shit, what are we gonna do? They're gonna try to sue us. What are you doing? You trying to get us in debt to the world because of Persia. Like that's our fault. You're gonna be like, yeah, y'all voted for him. Ah, shit. Like y'all motherfuckers getting us in debt to the world. We ain't even get no money yet. He ain't even give the people nothing. No, nothing. He ain't helped nothing. He ain't increased the help, nothing. He ain't blessed none off. He ain't do nothing. He just didn't do nothing. What is he doing? He's dealing with the rest of the world. Like, what the F is going on, man? These guys wanted to be a war cabinet administration, and we saw them from the day that they showed up. We knew what time it was, man. And they all working in cahoots with these people, man. They working in cahoots with these people against the brag, man. Yeah. You know what I mean? If you pull up, they probably, I mean, yeah, they definitely from the inner earth and shit. They definitely from the inner earth. They stuck up here at the top. Like they can't get back down there, son. Well, we'll help y'all get back. Y'all get back down there. We'll find a way. Yeah. And so the Sumerian tablets, or they speak about how the gods made different type of humans for different reasons on purpose at the same time. So we're not going to find a phenotypical Darwin's step-by-step chronological craniological progression from one race to another. Like that's just not going to happen. You're just going to see different types of people, and it's just who someone fall in love with enough to have a baby is pretty much where it is. Now, if it's by forced situations, that's like it's different. And if it's by like arranged marriages is forced situations. They living really in trees and look, they live in the same way, y'all. These are people in Terra del Damn Fuego, son. That's like at the bottom of South America. And then the picture on the right is Sami people, and they anywhere from northern Norway, Sweden, and to Russia, Siberia, and shit, all around the ice edge. They the Indians that live around. They like that. They like Europe. You could call them European not Mexicans. Excuse me, European Eskimos, which I don't think can be called cold Mexicans, because I don't even think they even fuck with anybody that's south of their cold border. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, frio, muchos frios, muchos fritos. Anyways, man, look. So they look. They from the ice age. I don't even know where they got pants and shit from. They got that swag for somebody. Look, they wearing that shit. You know what I mean? That's them. They living that life, son. They got the door with hella kids. Hella kids. Like, yo, listen, it's hella kid. They having hella babies. Look at all them kids. Yo, they're in there. They're getting it on in them little funky ass earthen shacks. of love. Love Shack. Look at all them kids. How many kids is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. God damn. Y'all got 8 kids in the TP, man. Y'all ain't got shit else to do but look at each other. That's what it is. You can't keep your eyes off her, literally. Like y'all in the damn TP, man. All the responsibilities you don't got in the TP. Ah, shit. I should get the whole picture of this, man. That's crazy. What they doing, man? What are they doing to them youth, man? Well, we just make the tent a little wider. We can have one more. Like, what is wrong with you, man? That's irresponsible in our day and age, isn't it? You want to provide the best you can for your kids. That's a number one trait of civilization and consciousness. Real talk. Now you want the best for your kids, and you want the best for your kids. You know what I mean? You want people who people love. You know what I mean? People care for family. They self God. I don't know. I don't see the nomadic tip. See, this dude he not even living in the TP. Right? He not living in that. He's in there. Probably. He probably is in there. But he got an apartment somewhere. I'm pretty sure he got an apartment somewhere. But this is proof they're from the Ice Age. And so it has been Ice Age pimping. It's been Ice Age pimping since the Ice Age. When was the Ice Age? 12,000 years ago. What was that? Fall of Atlantis. Why? Because, man, the pimping got out of control. The pimping got out of control. All the little results, the little pimp results came back wanting rights and shit, causing trouble. And so you got a bigger population and shit. You got all these half breeds running around, results of the pimping. And it's like a pimp don't never want to feel like they have to deal with it or they come across naturally disagreeable or anything like that. A pimp would rather them already know what time it is. And you know what I'm saying? And that's by God. So I'm just saying there's better ways to say things, and we're going to call things by preacher of truth, teacher of truth, or speaker of truth. And I don't know, all these people, like, they got something negative to say. They would be, these are like the villains in all the type Disney movie, all them old ass Ernest Go to Camp movies and shit. These are villains and shit. All them Trucking Adams Family shit. These are villains. But it's cool. They in their element, you know what I'm saying? Which is Frio. The pictures in Mucho ICO. I don't even know why we got a problem with these people. It should be easy to just break things off whenever shit get tumultuous. Like, we shouldn't have no bad dealings with these Nordics. I don't see no problem with them in them little cold ass little regions. Just be peaceful. See, they be working on world domination and shit. Trying to eat black people and shit. Like, we can't allow none of that. Now y'all need to see. That's why they gotta be subject, because you know what I mean. They're not from the surface. They can't come up here with any disrespect. But guess what? I think the reason why they doing is like, yeah, it's disrespectful. They out here, man. They was really doing a lot of killing and cannibalism. That's why they got the teepees and shit. Cause they eating people. Oh my God, they eating people in them bitches, y'all. The TPs where the cannibal smoke came up at. The TP, man. You go on that TP? I don't know. Like that shit, like, oh, that's a mansion TP on the right. You know, they said that's a mansion TP. Like, this is about this TP right here. is different from the other TP. Like, come on, where are the pictures of them putting the shit together? Cause I ain't never seen a half done TP. I ain't see a TP with a flap open up. None of that shit. I don't know what's going on. I ain't seen nobody carrying a TP. I ain't see nobody carrying that shit on their back, rolling that shit up, putting it on a donkey or nothing. I don't believe that shit. Who want to move after you make a TP? Just stay there. Just stay there. I don't know, man. They said they were nomads. Look at he acting like he proud to be there and shit. Bitch, you a lying son of a bitch. See, they'll go out there and say, yes, these are where my fighters from, but they ain't motherfuckers in the city. I'm just trying to get covered up. The fuck? Who wanna be the fuck outside? You can go to 7-Eleven and get some shit. It won't even be real, but it'd be good. Or it won't be good, but it'll be real. It don't even matter. They want to destroy that shit just so these motherfuckers that still live in teepees and shit get their way. Come on, man. God don't like ugly. God don't like ugly, man. And yeah, it'll be ugly to sit there and suggest that the wicked and evil had more power than they already is. You know what I mean? More power than they do because shit, they losing the Epstein and shit. Like they scrambling, they in fear. A lot of people left and shit because they fear God. And so God is the justice, the law bringer. This is why these cats out here with the white Indians. Because they from the Ice Age. That's it. It's from the Ice Age. And so that shit don't make no sense what they doing. They goofies, man. All that shit goofy, man. Don't never do none of that stuff they do. Look, that's the whole picture. Look. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. 9 kids. And the TP in the background. 9 kids, y'all, and the dog. Look, 9 kids. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. 9 kids, y'all, in the TP. In the TP, get them another jacket. We get another jacket. Fight. They getting another jacket. Fuck it. Y'all gonna need another jacket. You gonna have another kid, another jacket. And them Eskimo babies. Freemasons sticking together in this one. You know what I'm saying? The tough old Freemasons. With their little uniform and shit. Shit don't really make a lot of sense. That makes sense. Don't that make sense? I'm gonna just let this sit here for a second. I think that make a lot of sense. Maybe we could turn these around. That makes sense. That's good. That's a real good complete picture right there. So that's America, Asia. Yeah, that's it. When you get the four corners in there, man, it's over with. Like, you don't nobody have to say Africa for real, like what we do, but I don't know, man. It's just like I don't think so. Right? No, you know what I mean? This is good. This is America, Asia, Europe, America, America. You know what I'm saying? But we know Africa had Gloria in them eras. But it's like we kingdom specific right now. So we is like saying, how in these ages is these people is dressed like this? Right? Yeah, the Europeans, they seem to be all fucked up. Like the Orientals and shit, when you see them pictures of like the earliest Korean pictures. I don't know if this is good. The fuck is they doing? What a laugh, yeah. Yo, that's wild. He like a little midget. Like there was little people they wearing these hats like the Peruvians, man. Let's get the Peruvians. So all we gotta do is figure out who had it first. See, they got that black hat. And so that means that they came from the hollow earth, man. That's what the black hat mean. Because the darkness is where the darkness, the The grandmother spider called or showed these people to show their way up to the surface. They followed after the concept of darkness. And so the darkness being above them is saying that daytime when they was in the hollow earth and they went up through that toward the sunlight, which would be the surface. So that's yeah, I understand. So they the gatekeepers to the hollow earth. Uh, I get it. And that's why the people in Shambhala is over there doing what they're doing. So we'll do a quick like why they got black hats. You know what I'm saying? And associate that with that. Yes, that's good. Black hats there, black hat there, black hat there, black hat there. You see how that is like different parts of the world? Not really. So, but it's still the big dumb black hat. Yes, that whole concept. So we're gonna have to do 2 slides for it because there's gonna be a one. Let's put the voodoo doctor there. Let's see anything else to add. No, that's pretty it. That's pretty it. That's pretty it. This one. Isn't that Kugler right there? I don't know. So all right, the black hat, we get it. Yeah, we get it. So there's definitely a difference between these two. Let's find out what that look like. This is in total opposite. This is great. You see how God work? That's God right there. That make us get to this point because That's the Eskimo. No, that's Alaska, and that's Florida. Hey, that's something. Those are two opposite directions. So what that mean? That means that them cats is bad, bad, bad. They is probably in the war of attrition of some sort, man. But do you see dude with the tattoos and shit? Dude got the tattoos. See, he got the tattoo markers. We're gonna come back to that. These people is I'm gonna prove how there is infiltrators. Now, we're gonna look at some of these Indians. We're gonna look at some of them. See the joints in Canada, like the one on the far right. Those joints right there, those are a certain type of Indians. You could tell their regalia is so different. Here goes some different type of women's. So if you could see this asymmetry right here, that's found in Alaskan mask, and it's found in Japanese art. This asymmetry with one eye is wholly other up higher than the other. But yo, these people have genes that take them back to the Stone Age. Look at them big old cheeks. Look at them ocular bones. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody, people pretty much look the same in the beginning, the further back you go. Right. So there's only a few looks out there, and here go Japanese with the one where the Europeans, it's all about they look like the Europeans fought. Well, how did the Japanese get down to the point where they will like come out and try to dress up like them in their face to show honor and respect? And so why is that? It's a type code going on. You see them kids right there? Them kids is a part of the Epstein files in Japan. In Japan, you know what I'm saying? Like those kids is like that's what they doing to them. They turn them into soldiers. Hey yo, listen, all them kids, most of them kids got blew up in World War II. Straight up. The shit was planned to do what? To make sacrificial blood and all this other shit. Like they don't clear it out. All these little petty islands. That shit gave them 100 years. Now it's Epstein Island. He the one connected to the mainland kingdoms and shit. Right. The Epstein Islands industry. Right. So I guess they seek to make it where people become no longer a patrol to that, or people no longer become a gatekeeper or police instant. You know what I mean? Someone that'll call the police on them about that shit. Like that's what they're trying to make the world into, like uh dumbass, whatever, some old low, you know what I mean, animalistic like. situation, that shit look decent, but I don't know. So he's supposed to know about that. How that's a Seminole? That's supposed to be a Seminole Indian. I'm like, man, what the hell? He from Southeast Asia. But they say he a Seminole Indian with the glittery shirt. They're like, yo, this is what the Seminole Indians look like. You know they bluffing, right? Look, how about this? The Africans was telling us something about these people. Perhaps they was telling us about these people, or it was a worldwide concept. But I think that they talking about the Japanese people in this Nigerian artwork because that to this day is the insignia for the Japanese people. That's the chrysanthemum signal. So there you got a Japanese in the middle. You got an Alaskan next to him, and you got another Alaskan on the other side of him. So the Alaskans had armor and weapons, and the Japanese got the same shit that you see in these statues. It's like what they doing. They talking about a world war, perhaps. And so here it is where we see the same patterns and traits when it comes to dealing with these enemy combatants, like these troublemakers and shit. You know, troublemakers, what they gonna do with them? They all do the same thing. What? I don't get it. I just don't get it. It ain't for me to get it. So that's why I don't get it. I don't even question why I don't get it. I just don't get it. I mean, I don't want to disrespect. These people got it. So, that's not, I don't know nothing about that. I can't really even speak on it. I have no idea. All I can say is that in these corners of the world, you got people doing a little pretty. That don't look right, man. He got too much. He got too much exposure, man. He's not even man. You're not doing that, man. This is what I'm trying to say. That definitely didn't look right. And so they're raising these kids to be soldiers, is my point. And so what you got here is these people is prisoners. And that's where a lot of this stuff come from, man. Like this culture, this oh man. Gang mafias and mobs culture a lot, crime mobs and shit. And so they teaching the kids. That's the yeah, yo, hold on. Let's take that one out. Because I don't know. I don't think they teaching the kids in this particular shot right here. In this shot, they are like they teaching the kids to be soldiers. Is my point. They doing that now. So they been did that. These are the people with that culture of tattooing Dude, hey man, that shit was definitely that shit was gay as hell looking to me, man. I don't know why I didn't. It was the small box I was putting together on the small box, but I don't know why. I should just delete that. But yeah, that should, I'm not trying to make a Lil Nas X video or no shit about that. Like that shit is terrible. That is trying to get people to go to prison. You know what I'm saying? Be a part of that shit promoting. If I did anything like that, I'm doing the opposite. Stay away from that prison shit. Stay away from the goddamn the devil. Cause this shit ain't lead them nowhere. They'll go to war with each other. So they're using these people, right, against us in the long run. And so these people are being prepared to infiltrate America. It's the truth, man. They're gonna all be captains and generals because they got them tattoos. And people gonna automatically know that they got rank over everybody. Oh, I think that dude looked like JD Vance, and I was supposed to make a joke about that. I forgot. I forgot. Yeah, it was a JD though. Anyways, the point is though, they training their kids to be enemies of the United States and preparing them to go to war with us. You know what I'm saying? And they got hella kids out there. Look, they even got the robot. I ain't got the picture, but they got a robot fighting just like him. They got a robot fighting just like him. And look, they all doing this shit at the same time. Where all that ping ting 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 shit at now, Red Squid? I ain't got nothing to say, man. The motherfuckers all over there, no kung fu and shit. Look how many of them it is. Damn. And so this is Ice Age pimping. You know what I'm saying? This is this is Ice Age pimping, man. But on a serious note, right? This is Ice Age pimping. Because at some point in time, this is how how we interacted with these people. So now let's go ahead and show that we know who those people is, right? These people with a red cheek. And so this is from Korea. This is from Korea. This is from Mongolia. You know what I'm saying? Emphasis is on the fact that one is in Korea, one is in Mongolia. Look how Mongolia getting down. Look, that's the black hat. That's the underworld, perhaps. Oh shit, that's the black hat. Oh damn. That changes things a little bit. Is it black? It's probably black. The black hat. All right. So look, this is a recent picture of them using it, man. So there's no the mistake in this. And then look, you should see the brother in the background to this day. Like this is a modern picture with the F is going on. To this day, that shit is Ice Age pimping. And do you understand what I'm trying to say? It's Ice Age pimping. That's crazy. Isn't that wild? Isn't that wild? Ice Age pimping. That's crazy. Like we got pictures of them doing this shit in Egypt. God dang, Egypt, yo. And so we know what this is. We know them circles, them dots. We know that's what it is. Look, this is America. What? What are you saying? So she Asian. She one of these girls. You see that? This is America. This is Ice Age pimping, yo. This is Ice Age pimping, yo, man. Real talk. That's wild. That's wild. And so these was 5 chiefs of the United States, Aboriginals, that was summoned to talk to the commander in chief of Canada. You know, that's suspicious. Canadians, man, you know something wrong with that. Commander in chief, ain't that's what the president is? All right. So we know that this is real. The hairstyle, I'm thinking is the same, but it's really in opposite directions. That's why I made this part. So this is from the Odd Fellows. So the Odd Fellows is somebody playing the mask. Got the mask on them, rosy cheeks. Look, this from the Mediterranean, son. The Mediterranean. So this is this tradition been going on for thousands of years. Of these women being little concubines and shit. And they also as allies to the enemies of God's people. Look, by Moros. They allies to the enemies of God's people. Look, Matamoros. This is the males of those people. And they want to kill the Moors. They want to kill the Moors. They want to kill the Moors, man. Those the males of them red cheek people. Now look. This is Matamoros, city outside of just by the border with Texas and Mexico. Means Moor killer. And Moors is the name of the label given to Aboriginals before Indian. Here is like I said, that's Mediterranean. So that show you that this business and dealing with these people is an old concept, man. Just look at the evidence that she's standing on the corner like a hoe for real. Look how she almost bow-legged and shit. Like they out the man's business. They both got makeup on. One of them could be a man. She got a little dunk on her a little bit. She got a little fat ass on her, but I ain't gonna say nothing like that. They made it to where, them like different type of blankets. I'm just saying, like, what does that mean? That means that these people, it's a race war where they say they protecting the white woman, aka the Asian woman, perhaps away from the pimp game of the Ice Age. And this would be a revolution of liberation of the white woman from underneath the pimping of the original people and things like that, original man. I'm just saying it's a possibility. that they take it to those type of expressive extremes because things was different back then. And so the way they remember the black man is like how they remember a pimp. They used to like P. Diddy, like everybody Cassie over there, right? Like they remembering shit like Cassie and P. Diddy, man. So that's the last picture. Yeah. So that's for sure what Shorty is. When you see this picture, right? You see it's a whole bunch of them over here. There's relationships with Asia that they're not saying to us. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah, yeah. So Americans' history. You see the building in the back. Americans' history is really on some other ish, right? Because they go back consecutively all throughout the years where they had a consistent level of, authentic connection and respect all the way back to the beginning of the Mayans who influenced the Balinese, who influenced the Indians, Hindus, who later influenced the Persians, who influenced the Sumerians, who they say influenced the Egyptians, and then who influenced the Greeks, and then who influenced the Romans. So that's a good note. So these people are not talking about spoken of. There's pictures of them, but we don't hear about them. And when with this connection being made, you can't really take any picture you see for what the captions say. It's all about what you think it is or what it could be to you. Because I know they were not going to tell us the truth about this. Like how this is even a thing, they won't even openly say about it and make it such a popular teaching. Like it, but if you look at the linguistics and the phonetics that go with the African languages, you can find that the African languages predate the Sumerian and the Asian languages. And that you'll find parts of African speaking languages the in both of them places. Yeah. Sumerian and Oriental, Japanese. So Aboriginal Americans, secret society been going on for a minute. It's just like, how would you say that these people ain't have nothing and everybody was slaves unless it was like some type of lie that was institutionalized sometime after this picture. Look, those are royal dot. Scar. So you see, he wearing the mask, and so they could be lying about this imagery. You know what I'm saying? And so when you see the connection on the ancient shit, they is reptilians. They descended from the reptilians because this picture on the right is American. The picture in the middle is African. The picture on the left is from the Middle East. The Ubaid culture is the ones who predate the Sumerians. So you see how they be trying to talk shit by doing the research, then coming up with a perverted or corrupted version. That's Kali Ma right there in South America. Right? The Samoans is another group that began tattoos and shit looking crazy. I forgot about them. That's another group that get tattoos and be looking crazy, man. I forgot all about them. They're a perfect example of the crazy light skinned warrior, man. A crazy light skinned warrior. So through royal bloodline, breeding, selective breeding, you get to this color from this color most of the time. And so you see that they that color. Look, they that color. You see there's two colors. So it's red and black. Look at that blonde afro that man got. That right there should tell you that there was an order that we don't see anymore. And these people trying to go about things as if the order don't exist. You see what they're doing, they causing much strife and negativity. And I just pray for the good people. I pray for God's people. I pray for God's, immediate involvement in everything so that everyone can see clearly as just like everybody else. But I know that God, I won't rush God, but I do pray for God to be speedy. You know, I'm glad God got us, and I appreciate He already here. But it's like these people is plotting bad things, and I just, you know what I mean. If I had the opportunity, I would say like, God, like y'all could prevent. No, God already know. But look how old this go back. This go back so far back. It's like, man, it's, you know, it's a part of a bully. It's part of a come up. It's part of a betrayal. It's part of a justice. It's part of an injustice. It's part of a chaotic political, emotional situation going on. The systemic system is not allowed, and it's unfair. And the prophecies say things will be made right. And I'm not greedy or anything. And I thank God for what He blessed me with, and I hope that I can stay. You know what I mean? Stay in God's good graces. I swear. Because yeah, man, I pray, man. Because yo, listen, it's wild. The repercussions of this country's administration at the moment seem to be like it's going down. Like if you don't, I don't know, man. It just seemed like I hope that the people ain't in more peril. No negativity. So I'm just saying. Yeah. Well, I know God know what the plan is that's best. God knows best, and I'm gonna just keep my faith and trust in God when I don't know what's going on. And I just, you know what I mean? I know God is good. And I just, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. This shit, if it going on since the Egyptians was writing hieroglyphs, like how can you make it to where these people can feel like some type of redemption if they find Jesus? If they find Jesus, they could be, you know, just like everybody else. And so the time was given to them to be believers in Christ. And then the people that believe in Christ are going to be great examples of citizens in the future. And they're going to be a treasure amongst the people, I suppose. Yes, a treasure amongst the people. And, you know, it is going, everybody going to be a treasure to everybody. But like now, it's like a bunch of chaos because these people, there's a lot of polluted people out here. A lot of pollution is out here, a lot of polluted people, God forbid, that you know, they ever get a chance at the upper hand, or they get an upper hand, or they win on us. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's saying prophecy they'll destroy themselves. Right? They'll destroy themselves in war. And so this picture right here on the left looks like the unknown king, the unknown Moorish king. So look, that's a Greek helmet, and that's a American. So that's saying that the Trojans, they were the first white boy right there. There's no, So the evil aboriginals is behind the Orientals takeover, and that shit must have backfired on them. This is what the evil Aboriginal kings was doing. That's what that gown mean. So does it make sense? It's Florida, Hawaii, and then you got since when you seen them in the car together or in a car, period. So I think this is these are enemy. This is nefarious. This is not good. This is saying that these people don't took over. You know, they said who invented the car. It's like they ain't taking that shit over. They taking the land over. You see, they're using these military uniform as costumes for cameras. But he probably don't even know how to drive that shit. How it go from a black dude as king of Peru, but the Indians driving cars. And so I see a war. I notice a war team. And so if you see the feathers out of the heads of these people, they got opposite teams. You got the black tip white feathers, and then you got the white tip black feathers. And I noticed this, and this is, I think, an indication of them being opposite teammates. And so that means that the Polynesian, the Melanesian, the oceanic peoples of Japan and Hawaii and Australia, they is uh, of a team that is not on the same team as these so-called Native Americans. And I think that means that the Native Americans are the opposite team that is infiltrated on the land and squatted and just basically had one mission in mind, and that was like to help decimate the original people out here. And so these people are over in the San people. These are the San people over there in Africa. Shout out to them. But yeah, this is Ice Age pimping, man. Ice Age pimping, man. With the Asian dude, concepts of pimps. The concepts of pimps ain't nothing new about the pimp. So the pimp game actually an ancient concept that go back to a very vulnerable part of American history, world history, that basically made it to where an overthrow was is done happened. An overthrow done happened, and her and the beast man linked up. Linked up against the black man. But see, this has been going on since the damn ancient Buddha and ancient Egyptian days. This has been going on since the ancient Egyptian days, y'all. You see, he got a little shield and shit, like a little sword and shield, like he a warrior, like he trying to go against. Like they're trying to fight back. But I mean, it's tradition since the Ice Age. What do you say to people? Oh, was he against pimping? Stop the pimping? Was Noah Drew Ali saying stop the pimping? This lineup right here is legendary, man. Salutes, man. Stop the pimping. I think that's what it's saying. Stop the pimping. Wow. That's good. Stop the pimping. Stop that shit. It need to be stopped. Humanity need to be helped. That's facts. Yeah. Was the wrong dudes to look at. Listen, man. They don't even count. This don't count either. Yeah, stop the pimping, man. That counts. That is great. That's a great end to that presentation. A stop the pimping picture naturally, automatically say or in the lineup as the last, like this, the last picture, the last slide, and it's the I don't even need to explain it, but yeah, yo, that's very interesting. Stop the pimping. I did not think of that till just now. Stop the pimping. I'm all for that, but I'm just saying I didn't think that the lineup did it like that. So yeah, then that's the end of the joint. It's Ice Age pimping going on. Space Age pimping is before that. Look, this right here is from the Mycenaeans. They're like pre-Greek over in the Mediterranean. Like the volcano fucked up most of their shit. Look, she got the red cheek. Like, come on, yo, those are Asian women. Those are Asian women's. And that I need to find the Egyptian joint. The Egyptian pictures show them for so long. They done been in this type of and this shit right here is fire. This is the black hat. So what that mean then? That means that they is hoes. This like she the madam. Like she like a witch. You know what she oh, you know that's the witch from Power Rangers. The hell? Oh, okay. She don't really look like it. But she did she still was like a little Mongolian meatball. Oh hell no. Here, let's take this one. Okay, let's go get a Mongolian shaman woman priestess. Nothing like Rita Repulsa. All right, I thought I had seen something. I guess it was this shit right here I was thinking of. That don't look like Rita Repulsa at all. All right. So yeah, though, Rita Repulsa though. Let's go ahead and bring that back up. We got Shorty with the well, it's not quite the same thing. All right. So yeah, that's it. All right, y'all. Peace. I think the next joint we're gonna do might be, well, I don't know. Let me go ahead to the poll. Do I got a poll in the chat? I don't think I got a poll in the chat. I think that was the last show. Damn, my audio fucked up. Yeah, I was thinking of. Nah, I ain't got no damn. Nah, I thought I had to put a poll in the chat, man. That's crazy. That was the last chat. I don't even remember what that shit was. Any questions though, man? That's Ice Age pimping. Any questions? Yeah, just another day. Red Squid X. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna go get another topic. It's probably gonna be shadow people, and yeah, it'll be less lethargic, probably. Yeah, we still under 2 hours, so man, it's good. We're making progress.